Hello my friends, I have another video for you today, and this time you get to see my face. I have been seeing so many different videos from YouTubers that I absolutely love who are talking all about what journals they're going to be using for 2022. And you know, I'm jumping on the bandwagon because that's what we do. Somebody does a great video, I'm like, hey, I want to do that video too and get lots of views. So that's what I'm doing. But I actually really did want to do this video. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it looks like you can. Let me move my microphone, which I don't have plugged in today. Over there on the shelf in that nice little descending order are all the journals that I have completed. And I started journaling in June of 2019, and I'm still journaling today. This journal that I have that I'm working on right now is journal volume 37. So over there between 2020, so the first journal I finished, I started June of 2019 and I finished it March of 2020. So I just call it a 2020 journal. Are all of the journals from 2020 and 2021. If there are any kind of, you know, if anyone is interested in seeing those, like a flip through or just me showing you what the journals were that I used for those years, let me know and I will do so. My journals really aren't that exciting compared to a lot of people's, so. But anyway, this video is about journals that I have that I will be using in 2022. And I'm not using them or any of them specifically because they're amazing or because I'm going to review them. I think all of them I've used and reviewed already, except one. Well, 1.25. Yeah. But I'm not really sure if anybody watching my channel would appreciate like just flip throughs of journals that I've finished, like not necessarily reviewing a brand new journal. So if you would like journal flip throughs and me just kind of giving you my thoughts on that journal and how it saw me through the month or so that I used it, just let me know and I will do that. It's just not something I really thought anybody would be interested in since my journals aren't like highly decorated or anything like that. So I'll just get right to it. I'm currently in an A5 yellow, just lined Leuchtturm 1917, and I've really enjoyed being back in a Leuchtturm 1917 after journaling in a couple of journals that I ended up abandoning just because I couldn't stand them anymore. Just threw that over there on my bed. One thing that I will be using this year that I've been using since last year is every morning I like to look up the day that that particular day, and I read the entry of simple abundance for that day, and it gives me something to focus on and think about and something to even incorporate into my journaling. I actually found this book because I watched one of Tina from Overall Adventures videos, and she talked about this book, and I had been looking and trying to find, you know, a book like that for myself that I could use to help me and to kind of help me find peace and help me find some joy and something to use in my journaling as prompts and prompting as well. And so I was able to find this book on usedbooks.com or something like that, and I had it sent to me, and I think I paid Abe Books. On Abe Books, I think I paid $4 shipped for it, maybe $4.50 shipped, and it's fantastic. I love it. I've been looking at it and reading the stuff every day since I got it, which was in November, and I highly recommend picking up one of these if you're not already doing some sort of practice daily where you read something and it kind of just sets your intention for that day. Like today, January 20th, it was called Acres of Diamonds. It says, your diamonds are not far in distant mountains or in yonder seas. They're in your own backyard if you dig for them. And it just talks about how the whole, it just talks a lot about like what that means as far as for yourself. If you look into what you have, and if you try to look into where you are in your life, with your husband, with your children, with your family, with your job, or whatever, if you look really hard, you'll be able to find and dig up those wonderful diamonds that are blessings in your life. So if you don't have a book like this already, I would recommend Simple Abundance. It's really, really great. And now we're going to get to the journals for 2022. These are in no particular order. They are literally just smallest to largest. So I got last year, I got a Midori MD notebook in the B6 slim size, and I don't know why I got this. I think I was trying to make a certain amount in one of the shops that I was trying to hit a certain amount, like I had a gift card or something. And so this was like okay, I'll put that in my bag. I actually used specifically Midori MD graph notebooks as my manuscripts for my novels. I have 3 novels going on right now, and I'm almost finished with my first one. Whee! And I have handwritten all of them in Midori MD notebook. And then once I get like a few chapters written, I go and then I put it down on my document on my laptop. And so I'm doing pretty good. I would say 2/3 of the way done. Then I'll be sending it off to get it professionally edited. Where, I don't know yet. And then I'll start sending query letters out to literary agents, and we'll see how that goes. First novel. Next I have my cafe notes, the B6 slim size. Like, I know I want to use this year, but then again I don't, because I love it so much, and I only have one left. And I have student loans that I have to pay off, and they take up the majority of any kind of money that I get. Like, I get a excuse my face. I get a sort of allowance every month because I'm really bad with money. Like, if I had like a debit card with our bank account, we would be so broke. But so I get an allowance every month, and I'm totally cool with that, by the way. And so the majority of my allowance goes to pay off my student loan, and so I only have a small amount left. And so I have to kind of save that to use over the month. So whenever I buy fountain pens or journals or anything like that, they usually come from channel money. And as I said before, I don't get a lot of channel money. I used to get a YouTube check every other month, and I was like, yay! And now it's gone from every other month to every 3 months. So on the 4th month, I get a check for about $120. So yeah. So when I do get that, you know, I give 10% of that to a charity of some sort here locally. Sometimes it used to be for our church, and then we stopped going to that church. So now I give to a food pantry, and then the rest of it I will use to buy goodies for myself that I'm able to review on here and just to enjoy. So I really can't see buying myself another cafe notes, not for a while, because I have other journals to go through as well. So let's move on. So those 2 were both B6 slim size. These 2 notebooks are just a bit beyond B6. So they're about B6-ish, maybe a little taller. These are notebooks I have reviewed before. This is a run-of-the-mill military standard issue notebook. You would not think that this would be a great journal for fountain pens, but it actually is. I was really shocked, and that's why I have 2 more. Because I asked my husband, I said, please bring me home. I asked him for Christmas. I said, for Christmas this year, can you please bring me home 2 more of those free journals that you get, you know, because you're in the Army? He's like, okay, that's weird. I was like, but it's okay, because I'm asking for it. So I have these to go through too. These are really super cheap notebooks. I got them from Dollar General, and these notebooks come, like, they have like 3 different colors that you can sometimes get these in. So when I first started journaling more frequently, and I was journaling all the time, I grabbed a pink one, a teal one, and a black one, which, oh, can you see? No, you know what? You can't see. Let me see. There you go. You see that pink, white, and teal right there? Yeah. And I used them, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by how good they were with fountain pen ink. So, I enjoyed writing on them. The paper was smooth, and it was an enjoyable experience. And they're so thin that it's a quick fill for me, and it kind of gives me that sense of satisfaction. So if you happen to go to Dollar General and you look in their like stationery and stuff like that, look for these kind of like plasticky, pleathery covered journals, and they have like and they're just lined journals, and they're like $3 and some change, and I enjoyed using them so much so that I used the pink one not long ago, and these will be used this upcoming year too. I also have one more. This is my last Lustrum 1917, and I like the ruled or the lined pages, so I'll be using this one. This is the 80 GSM pages. I'm not really interested in trying the 120 GSM pages. I have found through trial and error with different notebooks that I really don't care for anything above 100 GSM. Just not my bag. Yep, so there's that one. This notebook I have been hoarding since the day I got it. Let me just show you. If you are not following Wabi-Sabi Stationers on Instagram, then you're doing Instagram wrong. You should just know that. She is great. Nikki takes Midori MD journals, and I believe she's doing other journals now too, and she recovers them with collaging on the inside and beautiful, beautiful papers on the outside. And this still has the rice paper thing for it, but oh, I wish you could just see how absolutely beautiful it is, and this gold, how it shines. I have been sitting on this journal unwilling to use it. This is like a really cool vintage map paper that she put back here with. Now this I love, because in all my journals and all my books, actually, whenever I finish reading a book and I'm going to keep it forever, I always print out an ex libri sticker or thing, and I put it in my journal or in my book that I bought, because it's going to stay with me forever. And so she does that, and then she signs at the bottom, Wabi-Sabi Stationers. Oh, she used a book press, you know, everything is just perfect. This is so beautiful, and it is so beautiful that I haven't used it yet, because I'm like, I don't want to mar its beauty. It's so beautiful, and I only get to use it once. You know what I mean? And so I want it to be the perfect time to use it. And I don't know when that will be, but I know it's not right now. I don't know. Maybe once I finish my novel, then this will be like a fun, it'll be like my time to finally use it. It's just so pretty. You should go find her on Instagram, Wabi-Sabi Stationers, and you should definitely get one of her covered journals, because these are absolutely beautiful and brilliant, and if I could have a whole bunch more of them, I would. I will also be using, you saw recently I did a review of the Mills Brynno journal, which is the $6 or $7 journal that you can find on Amazon, that I was so pleasantly surprised by, because it comes with This is like an A5 slim size. It comes with ruled paper, grid paper, and blank paper. So there's ruled. It does have the Brynno logo at the bottom of the lined paper, but that never bothered me. And then it has really nice light gray grid paper. And then the back is blank perforated paper. And it's 100 GSM ivory paper. And I loved every minute of journaling through my yellow Brynno that I did a review on. If you haven't seen that, just kind of go back through my videos, just a couple back, and you'll see I loved it so much that I bought a few more. Like this is an actual A5 size, and these two are the A5 slim. And I'm really excited to use these. I will be using those up. The next journal I use well, not the next journal, I will use it this year. I kind of have like a little love-hate for, because the first Jumping Fox I used was wonderful, unbelievable. The paper was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. So not long after, I bought another one. Just because, and after that first journal that I used, I actually reached out to Jumping Fox and was like, you have got an amazing journal here. I just told them everything I loved about it, sent them my review of the journal, and was like, how can I be a part of your amazing company? Because this journal, like journaling is so important to me. It is, I can't even express to you how important it is to me. Journaling is my life. If I didn't have journaling, I probably wouldn't be here. That's kind of deep and dark, but you know, it is what it is. So they were very happy about my review, and so I went ahead and I bought another one to use. So I bought this with my own money. So it came, this paper was the older paper, which was the same one that I reviewed, and I loved it. Like I just pulled it out a few minutes ago when I pulled these out, and I was running my hands over the paper, and I was like, why didn't they just keep the other paper? Why must we fix what is not broken? I don't know. So anyway, I don't like the new paper, but that's just me. The new paper could totally be your bag, and that's awesome. That's the great thing about journals, is that we all have different needs from our journals, and we find different things that are pleasing, different things that are not pleasing, but that's why there's so many journals out there that we have to choose from. And so it's really great that we have that wide open options that we can choose from. So at some point this year in 2022, I will be journaling in this one again. Now comes the journal that I love to hate. The Exceed notebook, the Exceed journal from Walmart. This used to be my bag because there was no other bag to be had. It was available right in my Walmart. I could walk in and for $10 walk out with a journal with 1,000,000 pages, 120 sheets, so it's 240 pages. The only complaint I have about Exceed notebooks is I cannot stand the cream paper. I just can't. I can't stand the cream paper, but I have been using every single Exceed that is on my shelf because I have it and I didn't want to waste it. So these are the last two Exceed notebooks that I have, and I don't want to waste them. This one I bought way back in the mid 2021. This one I bought 2021 as well, when they came out with the new colors, but it was more of a, oh, this is great, it's green, and green's my favorite color. But I really wasn't excited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next journal that we're going to talk about, that I actually cannot figure out where I put it, but it's not a journal that I use. It is a journal that my daughters use. So this is the pocket size Exceed journals from Walmart again. Yeah, they were too camera shy, I guess, to keep going. But this is the notebook I was talking about. So I have this on my to use shelf, but it's not because I'm going to be using it. It is for one of my daughters. so they both like using the Exceed notebooks because they've not really developed that preference for maybe a cream or ivory or a white page yet, but they do appreciate that the Exceed notebooks are very, like, the paper is very soft, and they each have their own fountain pens as well, but they journal with fountain pen, pencil, regular pen, all of it. They put stickers in there, so they really enjoy their journals. This one is another one that I got from Walmart, but my oldest daughter, I force her to use it. And yes, you heard me right. I said force. I force my 15-year-old daughter to journal. And if you have anything to say about that, then so what? I force her to. And because it's a teeny tiny little journal, and it's also an art journal, she can journal a little bit about, you know, how she's feeling, and then also draw, because she is an artist. She's actually a phenomenal artist, and very soon she is actually going to be making an animation for me that will be my intro, which is really exciting. I'm after 10 years on YouTube. Yeah, I said 10 years. Go look it up. 10 years on YouTube, I'll finally have an intro. That would be nice. So that's it. That's all the journals that I have that I will be in 2022, unless I am out and I find some other journal somewhere, or unless I'm gifted a journal, something of that nature. So if I have on here, or if there's a journal you think I should try that you want me to review that I don't have sitting on my table right now, please let me know down below, whether it's paper age, that one on Amazon, whether it's some just, I really want to try a Cosmo Airlight journal. Really want to try it, but it's expensive. Urgh. Maybe if I get a really good YouTube check, then I'll get one. But otherwise, let me know any other type of affordable journals that you think I should try, and I will do my best to get a hold of one and then finish it completely this time. This year, 2022, is the year of completing journals. No more hopping out of a journal just because I'm like, ew, it's not me. No, this year I will complete every journal. That is the truth. So help me God. Yeah. So if you think I should have anything on my table here that I'm going to use that's not here, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and please leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about this video, what I need in my journal life, what I don't need in my journal life. Tell me these things, okay? If you want to see me do a flip through of the journals I used for 2020 and then the journals I used for 21, I would be happy to do that. Just let me know what you want to see down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all greatness.